One of the key stakeholder has complained that he is receiving daily reports, whereas he only need. So we did this question in EST coaching call on Monday. I wanted to go this question one more time. You see, 4 hour of communication. Put it in the chat box. What is the 4 hour of communication? Put it in the chat box. What is 4 hour of communication? It is right information at right time to right people to right impact. So whenever the question says that we need to do that, we will update the plan. But the first thing is that we need to review the plan. Does the plan needs to be updated? If the plan needs to update, this is step one. If the plan needs to update, we need to raise a change request. But reviewing the plan and saying that what why the plan is not effective is always the best answer. You are working the project where the team members while talking to each other don't look into that. That's kind of a what should the project manager do? That's kind of a cultural thing. If people don't look into their eyes, we this a culture thing. We need to work in the culture, see how we can improve the culture. What are the things in the culture that needs special attention towards that. So here it's not a diversity training. Now I'm gonna do what if for all of this. Diversity training is particularly useful when you see people does not understand the diverse culture and there is a problem into there, right? Here gender diversity, things of those nature. But that is not the case here. Emotional intelligence, EQ, consists of 5 things. Put in the chat box what are the 5 things that are covered in the emotional intelligence. Put in the chat box. It is self-awareness, self-management, social skills, empathy, and motivation. So it has nothing to do with there. And political awareness is not the answer. So we will go towards culture trend. B is the answer, right? The purpose of this question is to give you the difference between understanding what culture awareness is, what political awareness is, how these things are different, and how these things are similar up to certain extent. So culture awareness is knowing how the culture will work, how things are happened. Now this is kind of the culture of all the CEOs. They make decisions on the golf course, right? Or if you are a smoker, if you are a smoker, put yes. I do smoke occasionally. Like one smoke pack goes up to 4 or 5 months. So not a smoker, but I know that for a reason that if you want to be get into the enter where people are smokers or people drink, you may have to drink, you may have to smoke. And because when the people does the things that calm them, and it's also the same for sports and other things. CEOs happen to play golf. It's kind of their culture, and you need to look into that. When we do sports and things like that, we break down those barriers which are in the offices. So that is the why we need to understand the culture. Am I clear with this answer? Kind of an important answer if you look in the context of the question. B is the right. But here, what will you do update to make sure this does not happen in future project? There's only one document. There is only one document that we use to update for the future project, and that is lesson learn register. That's it. You see how if you have read the last line, you don't need to even read the entire up question. By last line, you get the entire thing here. Kind of an interesting thing, is it or not? Put in the chat box. You're working in a large project. You have to share a lot of information to the team member. What will be the best method to communicate? Now, when we talk about the communication, we need to look for the how we are going to communicate with everybody. Push is one way, pull is another way. Both are important. We use push, pull, and of course, we use interactive. Imagine any large project. Any, I give you a full option. You can imagine any of the large project you want. You will be using push communication without any doubt. You will be using pull communication for sure. and you will be using interactive communication. Basically, what do? We use the combination of all this type of communication. So D will be the right answer. You shared a report with the stakeholder according to their requirement. You have shared only information that is required. You have shared a report like this is the classical example of work performance report. We have three things: work performance data, work performance information, work performance report. Data is a raw information what you immediately get from the project, the raw information that you are getting. Okay, this thing, that, this thing, etc., etc. That's the raw information. Raw information you are immediately getting. That is work performance data. Data, the entire information goes to every single team. They compared it with their plan, like they get the information, compare with their plan, and after variance analysis, what they get make is work performance information. Risk department will have their own information, scope, quality. This goes to the project manager. He combines them into one report and then share that. That is work performance report. You can say that data level 1, level 2, this is level 3 information, and we are sharing that information. So C is the right answer. You are working in the project and team has just shared the cost of project will be more than the benefit. Now, you see, whenever somebody shares something, you always do analysis. That is done. Now, what would you do? Keep monitoring the status of the project? Nah, I wouldn't do that. I don't want to do that. Keep doing the project and do the analysis again. Can be, but no. Close the project. I cannot close the project because I did not started the project. This guy started the project. So why would I do that? You will escalate it to the sponsor.